home-based ABA and Tele-ABA services. We also hope to provide you with ethical concerns relating to both of these methods of service delivery. Research has proven that early intervention improves outcomes for children with autism spectrum disorders as well as other related disorders. As the rate of those diagnosed with autism increases, the demands for qualified personnel to provide ABA services has also increased. However, the number of those diagnosed on the spectrum far exceeds the number of BCBAs available. With technological advances, the telehealth field is growing and quickly becoming an alternative to on site treatments. Our debate will be discussing the pros and cons for both tele-ABA services and home-based ABA services. Through the information provided by the speakers, we hope to educate the audience and allow them to be able to make informed decisions in regards to these two unique service delivery methods. According to the Autism Speaks website, a 2014 survey of parents suggested that 1 in 45 children ages 3 to 17 have the diagnosis of autism. As you can see, the rate of those diagnosed with autism is steadily increasing. Because the numbers are from a parent survey, they do not officially replace the government estimate presented by the Center for Disease Control, which is 1 in 68. As of the CDC's 2016 report, this number remains unchanged. Increased awareness and recognition of ASD, as well as improved diagnostic tools, are contributed to the increase in these numbers. Regardless if the increase is due to better diagnoses or simply an increase in other cases, services, the availability of qualified personnel to provide appropriate services to these children is essential in improving future outcomes. Early intensive behavioral interventions, specifically those that are based on applied behavior analysis techniques, have become the gold standard of treatment for those with ASD. Research has shown that children who received 2 years of one on one therapy for 40 hours per week achieved age appropriate educational and adaptive behavior outcomes. However, a 2016 study stated that there were only an estimated 8,600 board certified behavior analysts worldwide. The following visual also shows the prevalence of BCBAs in regards to each state's population. As you can see, the number of children diagnosed with ASD greatly exceeds the number of qualified personnel to provide services. The challenge is now to see that all these children have access to the services they need and deserve. Unfortunately, there are other potential barriers to receiving the needed services. Johnson and Hastings identified several barriers such as lack of resources or staff, cost, inflexibility of program and disruption of routines, as well as family constraints such as other children or perceived lack of time and knowledge. In-home therapy as well as telehealth modules are two possible ways to counteract these limitations. Our group will attempt to provide the audience with pros and cons associated with these two treatment settings. Also, these settings may pose unique ethical concerns that we will attempt to address as well. We will first begin with the pros of Tele-ABA.
To get a better understanding of Tele-ABA, please watch this video.
What appears to be a typical snack time is actually a momentous occasion for Noah Cobbs.
He sits at the table now every day for breakfast,
Whoever's
lunch,
here for
and
sits at
dinner.
the table. No, I need help. Noah is autistic, and many of the skills children his age take for granted, like talking and eating, are daily challenges for this vibrant 6-year-old and his parents.
Before, I felt as a parent like a failure.
Absolutely.
I wasn't helping my child.
Then the Cobbs discovered the Celeste Foundation. This Florida-based group specializes in early intervention for autistic children using innovative video technology.
Through intervening early and often with a young child and teaching parents and caregivers and persons in their lives how to best cope with challenges and behaviors that occur.
A lot of people interact with us just as if we were there.
Each day begins with a video visit from the Celeste specialist who observe and guide the Cobbs through speech and behavior strategies with Noah. After just 3 months in the program, Noah's progress is astounding.
His language has skyrocketed.
And now Noah's sitting at the dinner table for entire meals, something parents Josh and Tina never thought possible.
he went from having a screaming match to get him to sit for 2 minutes. He sits for 20 minutes now.
Yes. The biggest accomplishment? Potty training.
And he told me for the first time he had to go potty. For me, that was like the biggest thing. And I got on the phone and I called Josh. I said, you'll never guess what Noah did.
There.
Celeste professionals say results like these are possible thanks to their unique approach.
Particularly for those families who can't get services delivered to them. Families who live in rural areas where services just aren't afforded to them.
When you're able to do it in your home when it's most needed and apply it when it makes the most sense, kids tend to learn much faster then, and certainly parents have more opportunity to practice their strategies too.
For the cops, having professionals in their home on a daily basis has given them a newfound hope.
Now I really feel that I'm helping him and he's benefiting from my interaction with him and he's actually enjoying it.
The Cobbs are just one of many families who live in rural areas where there isn't a population base to support the range of specialist services that some people need to access. Telehealth allows experts in a specific field to provide real-time training, consultation, and delivery of these services in remote areas. As we heard, the Cobbs found the benefits of Tele-ABA, or applied behavior analysis, extremely beneficial. As parents, our goal is to provide the best educational services for our children. For parents with a child with ASD or autism spectrum disorder, finding the best services can be challenging. As more professionals become credentialed every year, technical advances such as telehealth can offer alternative to services provided in person that may increase access to individuals with autism spectrum disorder to experts such as behavior analysis. The goal of remote consultation is to offer support and parent training to monitor, train, and teach the parent how to run his or her own home ABA therapy program, while under the guidance of a board-certified behavior analysis, a BCBA. Tele-ABA is also utilized within our communities as an additional academic alternative for parents who do not wish to receive ABA services in a center-based setting, but in their homes. Telehealth has many advantages, including its cost-effective, accessibility, and flexibility. Such characteristics make it possible for services to be provided across the country and perhaps the world. Telehealth becomes more feasible to access technology with the expansion of technical among the population. This holds especially true today, as over 83.8% of U.S. households reported computer ownership, with 78.5% of all households having a desktop or laptop computer, and 63.6% having handheld computers. On top of its accessibility, telehealth is flexible in such a way that experts can provide training, consultation, and delivery of services from any location where internet and two electronic devices are available. For example, the expert may be located at his office and provide services through a laptop computer that is connected to a tablet located in the client's home. Then the expert can observe and communicate with the therapist, client, or client's guardians via the device, built-in webcam, and microphones. All in all, flexibility and accessibility of telehealth can make services available to clients who live in remote areas while increasing the amount of individuals with ASD receiving high-quality services.
Next, are there any cons associated with this method of service delivery?
Let me first state, telehealth services, or more specifically, Tele-ABA services, provides access to families that would otherwise be incapable of said service. With the advent of video streaming and live video interactions via online multimedia platforms, the families in remote regions of the country now have access to clinical services in a relatively timely manner. However, limitations do exist and will prevent Tele-ABA services from being more poignant and prominent and widespread.
Hey there. All right. You want to read or because right now we're doing forward now.
You can end it, Dustin. We'll just start it over.
Okay.
Yeah.